Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about shapefiles. Shapefiles are a proprietary data format type used by ArcGIS, and a lot of the time are the building blocks of any project that we're going to work with in ArcGIS Pro. So let's take a look at some example shapefiles here. I've got a folder of them ready for us, and you'll notice that there's a couple of similarities. Number one, I have a whole set of data types here that have the same file name, and you'll notice that each one of these file names represents an individual feature class. So for instance, I have a feature class called land ownership. I have another separate feature class called ski area boundaries, ski lifts, etc., etc. I can keep all of these different feature classes in the same folder, or I can separate them out into separate folders. But if you are going to separate them into separate folders, they need to be accompanied by all of the accompanying file extensions. So for instance, we have a feature class called land ownership. There's a number of different file extensions that all relate to that feature class. The SHP file contains all of the geometry for that feature class, things like lines, points, or polygons. Another type of extension is called the Dbf file. This is the table information that associates with the geometric features in the shapefile. So if you take a look at, you can open up that Dbf file in TextPad or Notepad and take a look at it, and it's just a bunch of tabular information, but all of this information is associated with the features in the shapefile. So these two files are extremely important for any data set that you're working with. Another very important type of data extension is called the Prj file. This is the projection information, how your feature class is going to be georeferenced in your project. And again, you can take a look at this file in Notepad or TextPad, and it contains information, things like the coordinate system, the datum, for instance, and the units, etc., etc. So without this file here, we would not be able to correctly position our feature class on our project. So that's the anatomy of a shapefile. Remember, they all have to be contained together. The file name has to be the same. For instance, land ownership has to be exactly the same for each one of these different file extensions. If you would like to create separate these feature classes out into their own folder, that's perfectly okay too. You can go ahead and create another file folder, but if you're going to move these shapefiles, you have to grab all of them together. So I'd have to grab all of the land ownership and move them as a whole. So they all have to work as one unit. Thanks for watching. Bye now.